What's up, everybody? Charlie Marlow here. Want to jump on and talk specifically to the RFK Jr. supporters out there. I know there are a lot on this channel. We've been putting out some videos about RFK Jr. You guys have subscribed. You guys have commented. You guys have asked questions. So I wanted to answer a couple of them that I saw a lot of. Now, we've talked about RFK Jr. on our podcast. I think we've done like 20 episodes over the last 5 months or so. So I don't remember everything that I said, but in the last couple of videos, I have some people in the comments who are kind of saying, look, RFK Jr. can win. Don't act like he can't win. And then also people are saying, hey, instead of focusing on who will RFK Jr. draw from in terms of Trump or Biden, and basically discussing him in a spoiler role, like, stop talking about that. Start talking about, hey, can he actually win? It's windy here, actually, as you can tell in St. Louis. Although it's not too hot, so it's a really nice day. All right, so let's kind of address those things. First of all, what I want to happen and analyzing what I think will happen are totally different things. Like, if you ask me right now, who do I think is the best candidate of the three? Who would I want to be president if I had to pick right now between Biden, Trump, and RFK Jr.? Right now, I would pick RFK Jr. And I said I'm giving RFK Jr. a look. I'm not sure who I'm going to vote for. I'm still holding out hope, although I don't think it's going to happen, that they're going to switch out Joe Biden. I don't think that's going to happen. I think the percentage is very low for that. But, so the reason and why we talk about RFK Jr. from a spoiler role standpoint is, like, I'm a numbers guy, right? And I like to sports gamble. I like to play poker. I used to play more poker. I used to sports gamble more. Now I really don't, but still, I look at it in terms of odds. And I looked right before I did this video. Now I'm recording this on Tuesday, just so you know. I think we're going to release it on Wednesday. But I looked at electionbettingodds.com, and they have RFK Jr. with a 1.3% chance of winning the election. When I looked, it was Trump at like 55% and Joe Biden at like 35%. So look, RFK Jr., let me repeat, according to electionbettingodds.com, which aggregates sports books and betting sites, so it's not polling, they give RFK Jr. a 1.3% chance of winning. So that's why, look, even if I wanted RFK Jr. to win the election, I don't think it's going to happen. And I don't say that to deter you guys from supporting him and getting the word out and all that. Like, I'm just being realistic. I think the more third-party candidates that get a really good percentage, though, it's going to be more likely that whoever it is down the road, that third-party candidate, can actually win. And the reason I also say that is, look, RFK Jr., I believe he's 70, right? I know you guys will correct me. I think he's 70. Let's say he has a strong number this time around, but he doesn't win. Who's to say RFK Jr. Now, I was saying third-party candidate, but I think it's more likely if he gets a strong showing of support, and regardless whether Biden or Trump actually wins, let's say Biden wins, okay, then Kamala Harris is obviously kind of the front runner for the Democrat Party nominee in 2028. But if RFK Jr. went back to actually having a fair shot in an open primary for the Democrats in 2028, even though he'd be about 74 years old, but he's a young 70 right now, would it surprise me at all if RFK Jr., after a strong showing but not winning, obviously, in 2024, he jumps back in the race as a Democrat in 2028 and beats a field of Kamala Harris, Gavin Newsom, Gretchen Whitmer, whoever the hell else is going to be in that bucket of Democrats? That would not surprise me one bit. So for those people commenting, hey, stop talking about it like he's playing the spoiler role. Start talking about, hey, we want to vote for RFK Jr. It's not to spoil it for Trump or spoil it for Biden. So again, I think you guys are great for your support and how much passion you have for RFK Jr. But realistically right now, when I look and see a 1.3% chance of RFK Jr. winning, as we're analyzing this election as we're kind of analyzing it like a sporting event. Look, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but RFK Jr. may end up getting a percentage that sways the election one way or the other for Joe Biden or Donald Trump. That is the likely scenario if you're a betting person in 2024. I know you don't like hearing that, but that is the likely scenario of what would actually happen in 2024 here, coming up here in about 5 months or so, when RFK Jr. ends up getting what I think is going to be a strong percentage of the vote. And I said months ago, if RFK Jr. is able to debate, he's going to be 15%. He's going to push those Ross Perot numbers. I don't know exactly what he's polling at right now. I don't even care. But I know his support is very, very strong. So hopefully I answered some of your questions right there. Again, the main two ones is the spoiler talk, and also I think Eric and I on Everybody Settle Down, the podcast, which, by the way, we'll release another one on Thursday. I think we were talking about who RFK voters basically, some of these people are folks who are sick of the two-party system, which is true, are people who can't vote for Joe Biden. They think he's too old and he's bad on the border. That's me. Can't vote for Trump because they think, for me specifically, that he tried to overturn the 2020 election. And I think I've seen polls where like more than 50% of the country believes that. So I think that's the main reason people aren't voting for Trump, I think, in my opinion, is because he tried to overturn the 2020 election. The main reason people aren't voting for Biden, and you can say the economy and all that, but I think for most people, it's just his age, it's his mental acuity, it's watching him up there as he is deteriorating. Let's be real. He's 82 years old. I mean, hell, I'm going to deteriorate when I'm 82 years old as well. And I think there's a difference for a lot of people, me included, in terms of voting for Joe Biden the first time around in 2020, when he actually said he was going to be a bridge, which to me meant he's going to run just once, one term. Apparently he didn't mean that because he's running again. But there's a difference between voting for whatever, a 78-year-old Joe Biden in 2020, thinking it's going to be one term, and then now seeing Joe Biden and watching him for 4 years, and then voting for him again in 2024, knowing he's 82 years old and knowing he'll be about 86 years old at the end of his presidency if he were to win. So there you go. I was all over the place. I always am. If you guys are just starting to watch this channel, I'm always all over the place. That's another thing. People are like, too many tangents. That's how my brain works. My brain does not work in a linear fashion. So I'm always going to go on tangents. I apologize, but it's just the way I am. It's the way I've always been. If I'm on the radio talking sports, I cannot stick to a topic. I've never been able to do that. So hopefully I answered the main two questions, which is, look, RFK Jr. as a spoiler. And then, okay, so let me say the last thing here. So the last thing is, so if I made it sound like the only reason people are voting for RFK Jr. is because they don't like Trump or they don't like Biden, if I said that, which I don't think I did, but if I inferred that, yes, that's not true, because clearly a lot of you folks really are very passionate about voting for RFK Jr., the man, the candidate, because you like him, you like his message. And I believe I said that. Eric says things too. I can't remember. Sometimes you guys are criticizing me, Eric, both of us. It is what it is. It's all good. But yes, clearly there are a lot of people. I'm seeing the passion. You guys are just all over the place, subscribing, commenting, watching the videos. There are a ton of people that really, really like, love, support RFK Jr. for him and his message, not just because, oh, I don't like Joe Biden, I don't like Donald Trump. So there you go. I already went too long on my videos here. I always do that. 5,000 tangents. It is what it is. But thank you for commenting, liking, watching, subscribing the videos. Please spread the word if you can. Get the word out. Put it in your group text. Put it on social media. We're trying to grow this channel, and we're going to do a ton of political coverage for the next 5 months. Well, really, hopefully for a long, long time. But we know the next 5 months are going to be crazy for this election cycle. All right. I will finally shut up. See you guys. Thanks.